Do you understand the difference in seeking God to give you the life you want and wanting God to become your life? It's the difference between loving God for himself and finding God as a useful means to some other end. John Piper says that many people, for example, relate to God like a tire iron. Tire irons are a really useful instrument. Very helpful in a pinch, right? But nobody really loves a tire iron. Nobody brags about their tire iron. Nobody displays their tire iron proudly. Nobody says, hey, you got to come over and look at my tire iron. Right? You hide it in the trunk. You wouldn't want to be caught without it, but you don't love it. Your tire iron is useful for taking care of what you really care about. And what do you really care about? Your car. Your car. That's how many of us, Piper says, see God. God is useful for some end we need him for. He gives us peace in life. He gives us a stable family. He helps us in our marriage. He's going to take us to heaven when we die. But he's not beautiful in and of himself to us, so we seek him as a means to an end. God is useful for getting the life that we want, but we don't want God to be our life. Which of those two better describes how you seek God? Do you find him useful or do you find him beautiful? Is God merely the best means to the life you want, or do you want God to be your life? In the same way, there's a big difference in trying to appease God and really loving him. And we all know an illustration of like a man who mistreats his wife and neglects her, and after many years of putting up with this, she just says, I'm leaving. And so he suddenly panics and he starts to make all these changes, and he agrees to go to counseling with her, and he starts to go to church with her. We've seen this story actually several times here at the Summit Church, and he starts to make all these changes. But after a while, after he's out of danger, he ends up going back to his old ways, because when the danger's gone and he doesn't think she's going to leave, he's never really corrected the core problem in his heart, and that is he doesn't give his wife the place in his heart that she deserves. In the same way, our repentance has to be a genuine change of heart toward God, not merely an attempt to appease God.